My goal is not the money. My goal is much bigger than that. I want to build something sustainable. The concept of Cross the Ages is to create something with emotion, to bring people inside a story, to make them love the character. The game is a mix of chess and a game of strategy position. Everything made on Cross the Ages from the first day was to push people to make decisions. What are you doing? What's going to be the next step?
I know some of the story, and it's very complex, it's very deep. I know a lot of it reveals itself over time.
It's a dystopian story. We can resume that in one sentence. Is the human deserve to live? Are we the problem?
That's the question.
Yeah. We have this super community just pushing the game and being here and like staying behind us.
How do you build a community like this, Sami?
Every action that they're doing is changing this universe. They're posting every day, they created a video, they created cosplay, they created so many things, you know. And like when someone says, hey, I want to do it and I want to do it, and then, you know, it's become like bam, 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 bam.
People buy into the why of your product, not the what of your product. Across the Ages is about more than trying to get you to spend some money on a game. Is here to literally transform the world.
When you took the good people together, it's like that. It's magic.
How has Sami Chlagou changed in the last 2 years?
I'm happy. This happiness is contagious. And this is exactly what we want, you know. It's like bring some hope. This is the goal of Cross the Ages.
The world is changing. Inspiration is everywhere. It has never been so easy to connect, share, and bring people together. We're learning from others and finding the best in ourselves. Challenging our beliefs. Sharing our vulnerability. Overcoming our fears. Transforming ourselves so we can transform the world. How far can we go? This is London Real. I am Brian Rose. My guest today is... This is London Real. I am Brian Rose. My guest today is Sami Chlagou, the video game developer, entrepreneur, and NFT pioneer. You are the CEO and co-founder of Cross the Ages, a unique metaverse and digital collectible card game that launched in April this year. Since then, the game has spent 15 weeks at the top of the charts in the App Store and sold $2.5 million worth of NFTs in a matter of days. Your game brings together some of the most talented figures in the world of entertainment, including authors, artists, musicians, and developers to create what you have described as a dystopian universe where fantasy and science fiction come together. Your personal passion for gaming and collectible cards began at a young age, and you have spent your career creating video games for companies such as Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox. Ultimately, Cross the Ages is bridging the gap from Web2 to Web3, and you believe that NFTs and the metaverse will create mass adoption of the blockchain. Sami, welcome back to London Real.
Oh, thank you. You do it so well. I'm impressed.
Look, it's great to have you back here, man. I just want to start by saying that Cross the Ages was our very first portfolio company here at London Real Ventures, which is the world's first media-powered investment firm, where our mission is to transform the world by investing in cutting-edge Web3 and AI companies, while giving our partners marketing exposure across the London Real media platforms and academies. We heighten awareness, create customers, and build communities by leveraging our global audience and extensive network. Sami, we are super excited to be part of this journey with you. And so let's jump in. Tell people what is Cross the Ages and what has happened in the last 2 years since we sat down together.
Before to jump, I have something for you. You're also talking about the venture and your investment. I have a present for you, if you can open it.
All right, check this out. Sami rolled up with this beautiful package, by the way. I don't know if you can see, it's got the Cross the Ages logo.
Black and black,
here.
yeah.
Oh my gosh. And so I really wanted to open it, and I guess now I get to open it now. So first of all, thank you very much.
No, you're welcome.
I appreciate this, but they say beware of Greeks bearing gifts. All right, so we'll see what's going on here. All right. Okay, what is going on here? Uh-oh. All right, it's got the Brian Rose patch here. Something's happening here. Oh, okay. Cross the Ages hats, right? On top. And there's something else underneath. So booyah. There you go. Reppin'. And then what's down here, man? Oh, this is what I'm talking. Oh, this thing is so fresh. I mean, come on. I wear a tracksuit when I breakdance, but this thing is next level. Oh my gosh, Sami. All right, now tell me what is going on here, because this is your signature Cross the Ages jacket with a twist, right?
Yep.
Beautiful.
And with a patch, you can put your patch and have it, with your name on it.
My name on it.
And I know that you love breakdance, and it's gonna be perfect for you when you're gonna dance with it.
This thing is absolutely beautiful, man. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and this is a special one.
Yeah,
for
exactly.
Kind of
investor and only member of the team, so it's very few of them. And you have the number of that, and you have the patch on it, and it's reversible. So yeah, super happy, to bring that.
Dude, man, thank you so much, man. I'm gonna wear this with pride. Man, wherever I go, I'm always talking about you and Cross the Ages, and whenever we meet.
I know.
Whether it's Paris or whatever, I'm like, do you know who this guy is?
I know.
It's like crazy, man. I'm so honored to be a part of this journey with you guys.
I'm so honored to be here. So it's a long journey for us, and I'm really happy, to explain you what's happened since, I come the first time.
Well, let's jump into it. So thank you, by the way. I'll be supporting this later. Check my Instagram. Tell everybody who doesn't know, what is Cross the Ages?
Okay.
And then what's happened in the last 2 years since we sat down? Because what a crazy market. I mean, when we sat down, Bitcoin was hitting its high.
Yeah.
You guys had gotten your funding and were building.
Yeah.
So tell us, what's Cross the Ages and what's happened?
Here we go. So Cross the Ages is an IP. This is a 360 vision, and we didn't start with a game. We start with a book, with a story, with author. 7 authors to write 7 books for 10 years. So the 2 first book made 1.2 million download. Translates, so you have it in French, English, Spanish, Japanese, Chinese, Polish, and soon Korean. You will have the physical version since April. So this is the first leak, on this video. In April, we're gonna release the physical book. We're happy because we're gonna have that in many languages. And the concept of Cross the Ages is to create something with emotion, to bring people inside a story, to make them love the character. And we're using exactly the same mechanic that Harry Potter or Game of Thrones, where you are inside a story and you see evolve, the character on it. And then we created a game. The first game is a card gaming, the TCG, trading card game. Why? Because this is the best model of application. Having this trading card game and using the NFT behind is the perfect match. So this is the first experience in gaming, but next year, in middle of the year, before end of the year, you will have the second game called Arise, and this is gonna be an open world, completely different, more for the mass market. Why we didn't start with this mass market game? Because we want first, to create a community, and the card gaming is the best way, to create a community. But Cross the Ages is more than that. It's a movie animation, it's comics, it's so many things. It's e-sport, it's competition, it's trading. So everyone can come and pick whatever he wants, on Cross the Ages. And I think that when you ask me the second question, what's happened in the 2 last year, we made our raise in November to December 2021, the super bull market, when everything was completely crazy, where the token doing X200 was the minimum, and then start winter. The winter is coming, from January to almost now. And it become very difficult because people start to leave the ecosystem. You don't have this way of having a play to earn, and people, when they're not gonna earn money, they leave. So we start to build again and again to develop, the game, to be sure that we're gonna be able to release the game. And we released the game finally the 29th March, so beginning of April. We launched the game in mobile version, App Store, Play Store and also in computer. And this is pretty new because like Web3 games are not, on the phone usually. And it was pretty impressive to see like how, people react, when they see it. And for, like you say, like it starts by 8 weeks and then now it's 6 weeks. The game is in top chart on Apple Store. Not yet on Play Store, but it's coming. And really interesting to see like in many different countries, starting with France, Belgium, Spain, Italy, Australia, Japan. And now we're developing and getting more and more player, more and more user every day. So it's pretty a great satisfaction for us to see like we're coming from so far. We have a game not finished. I think that we are at 40% of the game today. We will have like a very high update in January, but like we're moving on that step by step.
Wow. I mean, when you're getting up there to be like number one in the App Store, like compared with some of the games that, people grew up with and household names, like how
Clash
does that...
Royale, Pokemon Go, Runeterra, Hearthstone, so many games, that you have like on phone, Marvel Snap and like all those games. It's if your game is shit and like you do promotion or you pay, to have like some position to go to better, you will be destroyed by metrics and like people will leave feedback and the feedback will be bad. So the game is have 4.8 on 5, so it's like still like more than honest. Wow. And the thing is the retention is high. So something very good for us is like we have much less player than all the other game. However, the time that people are spending into the game is super high. We have an average of 6 sessions per day and the time of 52 minutes per player a day. So it's like insane, and people are playing, discovering the card, like doing like some match with the computer, so PvE, and after that they're playing against other people. So they have like the time, to spend time. They're crafting the card, like they're spending a long time. We have some people spending like 4 or 5 hours. It's a lot, but like it's a strategy game. The game is a mix of chess, Go, and game of strategy position. So you have, to it's like conquest, of a land that you have like to create a strategy, to flip the card, and it's really addictive. When you start to learn and to understand the mechanic and you start to think about it, you say, okay, I have to do that, but like if I do that, it's gonna happen that. So very easy, to handle, super hard to master.
And then it's got this deep story, or maybe you call it lore, in the business, which is these 7 books that you talked about. 2 have already been released. And I mean, I know some of the story and it's very complex, it's very deep. I know a lot of it reveals itself over time. And I guess people get pulled into that as well, because it's not just some game, it's not Angry Birds, there's so many layers to it.
We can resume that in one sentence. The sentence is the human deserve to live? Is human a parasite? Are we the problem? Are we?
That's the question.
Yeah.
And with the advances of AI, this has become even more pressing.
Completely. 3 years ago, in 2020, all the book is talking about AI and AI. It's a dystopian story. Everything that we have now with AI was written on the book 3 years ago. Some people do that 30 years ago, 25 years ago. I'm not gonna say that we are the first to do that, but like when you start to read the book, you see how it's close of what is happening. The question is, what is this word? What we're gonna give, for the next generation? And when you start to read and you see the magic and you see like, the AI, and more you read on the book and more you feel inside and you understand that this is possible. So it's just another way to see.
Right. The game is a reflection of who we are and who we're becoming as people and our relationship with technology. And of course, the game is in technology.
Yeah.
And now in a new technology, blockchain technology, with probably AI components. So it's very weird, life imitating art, imitating life again, imitating art. And I'll be honest, Sami, it's something I've thought a lot about this year. We both have, I think, 2 children each. And I look at my boys, they're 6 and 7. And I worry that they're not going to have teenage years not only like I did or my dad did or my grandpa, that maybe they'll have teenage years unlike any human that's ever been on this planet if they'll be superior, literally smarter beings out there in the form of AI.
And in peace.
Yeah. And my 7-year-old asked me about AI the other day, and it wasn't something he heard from me. And he said, "What about the machines, Papa?" And your story had already advanced that narrative. And I think you had to have these two groups, and some are very technical, right? Very computer oriented, very real time. And the other ones are adopting a lot of our mystic past. And look, as I get older, I find myself more drawn to the mystic side, and more to the fact that I don't know so many things about what's going on. And I have to sometimes encourage myself to allow myself to believe that I don't understand a lot of things, and that there's a lot of truth in this mysticism as well.
You're right. I think that more you learn, more you knew things, more you understand that you know nothing.
Yeah.
So it's like the path of humility. When you see someone that is feeling that he know everything, how? And like this story, everything is made around is created to help people to make decision. Even the game himself. We didn't create the game just to create a game, addictive game. We created the game, to push the people to count, to create the link, to understand that, they will be, I will not say smarter, but I will say like quicker on the mind and like being able to do decision. Everything made across the ages from the first day was made to push people to make decision every time. So they help them, to not say, okay, I'm gonna do like him, or like, you will have to do your own decision. So what are you doing? What's gonna be the next step, And this is, I think, why, we have like this community behind, and like this super community, like just pushing the game and being here and like staying behind us.
How do you build a community like this, Sami? Because every game developer out there is so jealous of what you've built. And they're probably like, how did you build it? And I know you're very detail oriented in everything you do, but how do you build that?
I think that people can feel, when you created something, with not a good intention. What is a good intention, Is it like make money or something like that? From the beginning, and when I come here the first time, I told you that my goal is not the money. My goal is much bigger than that, My goal is to do something and like to create something that will stay. When people understood that they all have a role in that, they all have something to play, it become a game changer. Because like every action that they're doing is changing this universe. They created content, they created Twitter account, they created like they're posting every day, they created a video, they created cosplay, they created so many things, And like when someone says, hey, yeah, I want to do it, and I want to do it, and then, it's become like bam, 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 bam. The thing interesting is we have something help us a lot. The law. Your base and foundation super solid. If it's just a game, it's an hype. So when the hype is like finished, it's done. But think about it. Think about the IP power. I would give you two examples. You take, for example, Harry Potter. Harry Potter, the saga, they created video game. The game have some success. They're starting in GameCube. You have like some game like in PlayStation 3. However, in March, you have a game called Hogwarts Legacy in PS5. This is the biggest success ever for Harry Potter. Like we're talking about 2 billion, It's like, wow, 20 years after. Now we just go back. You take Pokemon, 1996. They start with a card, like with an IP, with a manga, and like people loving Pokemon. 2016, 20 years after, Pokemon Go start. And this was the biggest success ever on mobile. So it's like wine. When you created an IP, you created emotion. You created something that you bring people with you for long term. You've seen it with Star Wars. You can see it with all the biggest IP. On the gaming with Mario, you take Nintendo Switch, Mario Kart is the biggest sale ever from the beginning. So this is exactly the same point for us. We created an IP. And when you created an IP, people start to learn about the IP. you don't have yet the series, but when we're gonna come, people say, I knew it, I was here, I've seen it and I've dreamed it. And this is exactly what we want to do.
Right. And the Harry Potter, they haven't released a movie in forever. And yet the game comes out and it's a huge hit.
Completely.
Because the IP is deep in everyone's DNA, and it's the IP is strong, right? It had so much attention to detail and people bought into that story. You mentioned Mario Kart, so my two boys, 6 and 7, they love Mario Kart and they're playing on the Nintendo Switch. And I remember playing Donkey Kong when I was their age 40 some years ago. And it's all part of that narrative. It's just so strange,
Have you seen the movie with your kids?
I haven't yet.
Not yet. You will understand, you will see. You will create the link so strong and you understand how they do that. Why did they wait more than 30 years to do a movie? Why? When you see the result, you say, okay, you do it so well. It's impressive. And this is the power of the IP. Usually, everyone is building in the wrong way. They build the game is success, and they try to do a movie. But it's not working like that, and they try to create the story and they try to find something. However, when we start, we took so much time, and I've seen every project going out. I say, put out your project, it's the bull market, put out your token. I say, no, but you're stupid, you were not gonna do it after. I say, I have all my time. I want to build something sustainable. And I want to prove that if I'm doing well, when it's gonna be, how do we say, bear market, you will see, I will stand in front of you and tell you, we're here. We have people are coming, and we're doing more and more in the bear market. If I'm doing that in bear market, I expect that the bull will be even better for us.
Right. And so bear markets, you're getting things done, right? And while other people are running away, you're actually got your head down and you're getting things done.
I'm still here. And I come to see you, with my smile 2 years after, so yeah.
I love it. We're still here too. And I was just on stage with Brock Pierce in Dubai.
I seen the
yeah, and he came here a couple of days later, and he's been in the industry forever. And he always said, he said bull markets are for bullshit and bear markets are when things bear fruit. And he said, I don't trust someone who hasn't been through a bear cycle. I need to see that you were there and you stayed there, and I want to see you on the other side of that. And that's how you know.
He's smart.
He's smart. And so your advice to people is, if you're going to build something, build it for the right reason. I had Simon Sinek as a guest on my show, and he has a book called Start With Why. And his argument is that people buy into the why of your product, not the what of your product, which is what you just basically said.
Same.
People can see that Cross the Ages is about more than trying to get you to spend some money on a game. Cross the Ages is here to literally transform, the world with your vision, and people can see that when they touch it. And so, like you said, you don't want to rush it. You're building and crafting a narrative that's going to just be something that changes the world. And this is something that is your dream, and you put all your passion into it. And no one's going to rush you to launch a token or do this or that, because this is your life's work.
I think so. There's something very interesting in Cross the Ages. This is the first game with 5 publishers behind. So you have Ubisoft, you have Square Enix, you have Animoca brands. And why those publishers are behind the game? Is for my smile? No, I don't think so. Everyone is trying to look how can be the gaming industry tomorrow. The gaming industry is 3 billion people. We're talking about $200 billion, and it's a market really important, the biggest market, more than the cinema. So you have to find, the right way to get your community. Web2 publisher taking the time, to check what's gonna happen, and they not invest like that because it took 3 decades minimum, for the gaming to be here. The Web3 is pretty new. We're talking about 2-3 years, 3 years, 4 maximum. The last 2 years, we're talking about 6 billion invests. But whatever the money invests, the reality is you have to wait the time to see what's gonna happen. The failure, because it's not solid at all. So you have to see what's gonna happen. Those people should come for one reason. They really believe that Cross the Ages can be one of the solutions. I say one of the solution, not the solution, but like we have a part of the key now in our hand. I think that the model apply, in Cross the Ages can be used in many other games. We're gonna announce next month the first cross collaboration. This never happened. We take another IP, a very strong IP, one IP that everyone know, Cross the Ages, and we're gonna announce something, maybe.
Okay.
And we're gonna announce something, completely crazy. And we're gonna announce another one. And we're gonna announce another one. And this is gonna be a game changer. When I come here, 2 years ago, I was talking about Ready Player One. I say like this vision that can be like crazy, but it's possible, I'm not gonna tell you that you're gonna use the asset for a game and put in another game. No, at all. I'm not gonna sell you that. I'm not gonna tell you you're gonna take like a horse and you're gonna use it across the ages, or you take like a sword and use it here. No. I'm telling you about something different, something that created a link between community, between fan of one game and another game. And like those publishers, they convince that Cross the Ages, this IP, having less than 3 years, is able to be put with another IP for 10, 20, and even more. So it's a new step for us. A new step because we are trustable today, and we show warranty for everyone that we're still here. Whatever the market, we're still here. I'm not telling you that we're not made fail or whatever. We're gonna do even more in the future. However, we're still here. That's it.
And so there's a quote from you where you recently said, "We have probably found the key for the future of gaming."
Yes, one part. I want to be humble and stay to my position. It's one part, not all of them. The key, it's like in different parts. Let's say that this model is working. This model, the ownership is working. So there are many things interesting, on the Web3. However, people from the Web2 are super scared about like losing money. So many people, come, they buy many NFT, many assets, whatever, and like they lose almost everything they got. And it's really complicated, when you spend your money, like you have a very bad feeling. So people talking about education, about the way of how you onboard people, we do completely the opposite. Today, across the ages, 80% of our players are coming from the Web2, not from the Web3. Mm-hmm. Did I do education? Not at all. I just made something invisible. They can use NFT, they can use like token, they can use everything, but you just have to click on a button. They don't have to do nothing. And in a few months, we're gonna do even better. It's gonna be more than invisible. It's gonna be exactly included in the game. So our way to think that this is gonna be this key is when the experience is really simple. You don't feel it. I'm not here to tell you that I'm gonna create an education, I'm gonna educate. No, it's too complicated. Even for people from the Web3, sometimes they say,
yeah,
bro, it's too hard for me. How do you do that? You're burning and you're doing that and you ask me to do it here. Yeah. Please, stop.
How do I get from Polygon to Cardano back to ETH? What is going on? Right.
So we do it differently. Okay. I'm not asking you nothing. Just enjoy.
Just enjoy and play. And that's why you're top of the App Store, because the App Store people they're not Web3.
Yeah.
They just want to play a game.
Yes, they're not looking for any kind of thing. If they want, they can transform their digital asset into NFT. And from that, it's another experience.
And so you have some major partnerships coming up with Web2 IP franchises that may or may not come from some of your investors like Ubisoft and some of the others.
And Square Enix.
And that's never been done before because no one has trusted a Web3 franchise, because let's be honest, there hasn't been any Web3 game franchises really yet.
Not yet, not yet, because and it's not bad, it's real if we are honest, how long it takes to build a game. Yeah. Well, we used to build the game, and like Marvel Snap, they take 4 years and 1 year for the polish, so it's like almost 5 years. Like a good game take minimum of 2 or 3 years just to having something okay, but you will have bug, so you have to still work on it. And like where did we come? We made this fundraising in end of 2021 and we start the production in 2022. So like how How can we, like we are fast, okay, we're working super hard, but like it's not enough. So we're doing well. The chance we have is like our community behind, they understand that, it's took time. Like I'm not here to hide myself and say, you understand our problem, but the reality is there are some stuff that I never seen before. That there are some problem that we never seen that. I say, okay, how do we do now? I said, is it some notice to find solution? Okay, this has never happened for anyone. Okay, it's new. Right. It's new kind of problem. So you have the problem of the gaming on the Web2. This is okay, fine. And this is the problem for iteration on the Web3, where like we didn't have like all the key and all the solution, and we're trying, to do it step by step.
Okay. Now we just talked about vision and start with why and making a great game, but now let's talk about real, because you got your funding 2 years ago.
Yeah.
In a bear market. And I saw you at Token 2049 in London a year ago, and you were like, Brian, we're making revenues on NFTs. And so that's perfect because we can grow our community. We're not in pressure to drop a token, which I don't want to drop right now. I mean, FTX news came out that day. And so, you're a creator, Sami, but you're also the CEO of a company. And the CEO of the company has to make payroll and has to make sure that the milestones happen. And so you have been extremely successful in selling NFTs at a marketplace where no one wants to say the word NFT, and OpenSea is down 96% in volume, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But you are doing massive volumes. So can you tell me what you're doing and how you're doing it?
Sure.
And how that also funds your organization and builds community?
Sure. Here we go. So we give and sold 21 million digital assets.
21 million. Same number as Bitcoin.
Right, it's true. And on that, you have 2.5 million NFT. On that, we're talking about like more than 10 million in primary sale.
$10 million in primary sales.
Yes, and 17 million in the secondary markets.
That's massive.
It's not bad.
How do you have so many NFTs?
I don't know. No, I will explain. I'm joking. Okay. In fact, if you take a casual game, you don't need to have like many NFT.
Right.
In Cross the Ages, more you have card, more you're happy, because you can merge the card together and you can combine them, to have an alternate card.
Okay, right.
And it's like, you can have like a 30, 40. You want always more. The thing interesting is the price of the NFT are really going higher and higher. It's going lower when you have a new collection, because like everyone is selling, to have the new collection. It's always like that. But it's really interesting because from the beginning, we was expected, to have to not sell everything, to not mint all the cards. And then when the new people will come, it will create it like even more value, on the card. Because we do something is you can mix the card from season 1 and season 2. And you can mix the card for season 2 and season 3. But you need to do that. It's not you can, you have to. Because some cards you can only get them if you have card of season 1. So it will destroy the supply again and again. So imagine we have, we're talking about 2 million NFT for season 1. Now the season 1 is finished since the 25 October. And then after the month, it's going to be like 1,950,000. And then it's going to be 1,900,000 and 1,800,000. And it's going to be lower, because you can't buy the card anymore. And you will destroy it. So you want it or no, the community will destroy them. People will come, new people will come, and they will try the chance, to have like some special card and like some rare card. So they will mix the card. So everything was made to push the people to destroy the card again and again. You have like new mechanic coming super soon, and it will push the people to have always card for different collection, because like the new mechanic are linked, to the cards themselves. So what we do is we created a story where people can use the card, and like there are some game that when you change collection, you have to change all your card, and this is not fair, And what we've done is you will have always the utility of the card. That make that your NFT will go up on the price. So if you check the price, for example, for Mythical, we used to have some Mythical for $20 and become 30, and some become 70 now. very interesting to see like the curve and like how it's evolved, you know, in 6 months. So more people will come, more people will be interested by the game, more the price will go higher. And it was the same 30 years ago with Magic the Gathering, it was the same with Pokemon. So we just have to wait. I'm not gonna say you have to wait 30 years, but it's going quicker for Across the Ages. And I really believe that this is gonna be like the new step.
Was this always the plan, or was this something that you realized kind of tactically in the bear market?
No, it was from the beginning.
From the beginning.
From the first day, it was to create 3 experience. First one is digital, completely free. And when I used to talk to people, I say, don't buy nothing, just have fun. The second one is if you want to have the ownership, you spend $1 per card that you want to mint. You don't have to mint them all. You take the rare, the mythic, and whatever, and like the special that you want, and some want to mint like love. And the third one is a physical card. So the next month, people will start to see like what is a physical card for Across the Ages. And we're gonna print those cards, and I'm gonna give the opportunity for the people, you know, to print them and to receive them at home. And this is just fantastic. However, what's gonna happen? People will burn the NFT and receive the physical card. So you will have less NFT again and again, always finding a way and always doing a choice of what you want to do. Why people will do that? Why people you will have the physical card? You have a limit, you know, on physical cards. It's like you can't have more than 1,000 collection for the normal, 500 for the second, and like 250 for the third one. People will burn the cards. Less you will have physical cards, more the price will go up. The same, you know, for the cards. So what is a good choice? Is it good, you know, to burn the card? No. But this is sure that less you will have collection, more the price will go up. And it will destroy more and more NFT. But you can't go back, it's finished. And you will say, oh, why? Why I didn't mint my card? Why I didn't buy much? It's like, why the Bitcoin was 16K a few months ago? Why I didn't invest, you know? Well, now it's 37. It's always like that about the choice. And you created like a pressure. So people say, okay, I missed it one time, but not 2 times.
Right. So you're playing with the scarcity factor of this market, and you're playing with the right, and that gets people to forces them to make decisions.
And yes, and you created also a natural deflation that wasn't exist before, because when you have collection, take the Bored Ape, you have 10,000, but 10,000, you know. If you don't create a mutant, it's the same collection. In Cross the Ages, it's not true. You will destroy it. The collection will be destroyed by the owner.
Right.
And this is exactly the way to have something sustainable with less and less card and more people. Because what do you think, people will come. People will come because there are so many ways, you know, to grab them. It's gonna be the book, the comics, the competition, the trading, they will come. And they will come from places that you would never expect.
You just recently sold one of your NFTs for $150,000.
Yeah.
How do you do that
It's not me, you know. It's like people, you know. The story is pretty interesting because like it was listed 30 minutes and like disappear. Before that, the same one, like it's called Golden Legacy Min Pass. It's a Min Pass. The last one was sold 130K, and before that it was sold like maybe 100, and before that it was sold 56K. And this bring advantage to the owner, but not like advantage to win a match, to receive something special. In fact, you know how an NFT can have value? Utility. Just that. Bring to your NFT utility, and not think that you say, I'm gonna send you an NFT, you will have like a nice NFT and you will be happy on it. No. Give to your NFT one utility that the owner will be sure that it will have value whatever the time. For the main card, it's the interoperability. That means that the NFT you have today, you can use it for all the other games for Across the Ages. All the other game, not one, all the other game. So it's a promise that when you come first, even if you don't like trading card game, the next game will come, the open world, you will be so happy to have your asset. And the second thing is when you have some NFT giving you back, value, airdrop, and like so many things, you're happy because it's an investment. And you can, sell back, the thing that you receive or whatever, but you know what you took, you know why this make value. Tomorrow, if someone will list it, it will be sold because people knew that, wow, it's insane. So yeah.
So people are, that's a representation of the utility of that NFT.
Completely.
That's why it has that price.
Completely. And we still have few people. It's okay, we still have a very great community, but it's not enough.
And when it gets bigger, it'll just be more in demand.
Exactly.
And you have number-wise, 100,000 monthly active users. I mean,
so we have 110, 120 registered player. Now we have like more than 60 to 70K, monthly player playing. It depends the month. Sometimes it's higher. And we have like between 6,000 to 8,000 regular player coming, into the game. But like the way of how they're using the game and how they're playing, it's really interesting, So we know that card gaming is a niche game. And these numbers are real, so it's not like something that it's real people. We can say, oh, there are like 100,000 people playing every day and we have like 5 million or 6 million player. It's not true. With what we're doing and what we generate, if we are able to scale it, and like if we're able to do 10 times more, it's gonna be like impressive. So we have the time, to continue to build, to develop and to improve that. And people actually, are happy and we maintain that and we keep that. The retention for day 30 is like 14%. It's really good to see that people are still staying. It used to be like 10 and like 11 and 12 and now 13 and 14 because we add new mode on the game, PvE. We add a mode where you can play and you can learn, you can develop new skills and you can spend time on it. And this is really interesting. We will have like other game, like we have like 3 major games, but we have like small game will come soon. And this will be like a whole ecosystem. So it's gonna be like this, of course, so you will be happy, to have your asset, and you will be happy, to evolve, on this universe. And we would create a different experience for almost all the player. This is the idea from the beginning.
And this is the thing about Web3 games, is that you can survive and thrive on an audience that's maybe 10% of a Web2 game, or 5%, or 1%. It can be a significantly smaller audience, but that audience spends more, invests more, and it can be a very profitable game, even if it doesn't have the audience of World of Warcraft or something like that.
True, and there are big difference between people coming from the Web 2 and from the Web 3. From the Web 3, it's more player investor, and like they're waiting much more than player and
player investor. That's what you call them. Interesting term.
Yeah, player investor.
Which means they're there for a long term.
Long term, they draw the project, they knew about the project, it took like hours, a week, month, to work on the project, to try to understand. They invest the money, they get back the money, they're like the player investor. They come and they say, okay, I'm gonna put money, but I want my money back.
Right.
Don't lie to me and tell me the truth. Is it a good, to invest in CrossTheAge, or like it's gonna be a problem? So people, made the experience. The experience is quite good, really good, super good. When you see some people coming and having like some gold pass, they sell it for 10, 20. Like I buy myself, I spend money in my game. You can imagine. I just spent like 10K last month because I'm missing some card, and I was like that, and I'm talking with people in the community. I say, please, is someone who wants to sell me this card? I didn't find it, and because we have to make some card to have like some other card, and like people they don't want to sell it, they want to keep it, and it created a link, with the community. It's really, really, really great, to see like how it's created a link between like people from different country, and it's really exciting.
Who plays your game now? Is it Europeans mostly? Is it people in Asia? Who is it?
We have mainly is in Europe, and then now in Asia is We have like 18%, 18 in Japan, and we have like 6 in Korea. We have to push because like the potential in Korea, Japan is like quite high. We will start soon like Dubai and Emirati. You know, we made a little bit, but like super small. We start a little bit in Australia, and like there are so many countries where we're not. China, for example, we're completely like not there. We're gonna create.
To continue watching the rest of the episode for free, visit our website londonreal.tv or click the link in the description below.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim, watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy.
The greedy bankers are about to do it again. In 2008, they crashed our financial system and nearly bankrupted the entire global economy. Then they received trillions of dollars in government bailouts. And after, they demanded fat bonuses paid for by you, the taxpayer.
It turns out the banks haven't just been screwing the American taxpayers, they're also screwing over their investors. Turns out the banking industry is the worst place you could put your money, despite enormous taxpayer bailouts.
Now the bankers are back to take away your financial freedom. They lie and tell you that cryptocurrency isn't safe. They try to make it illegal for you to choose how to invest your hard-earned money. They lie and say cryptocurrency is used by money launderers and criminals. But look at the record. It's the banks themselves that launder hundreds of billions of dollars every year to the biggest criminal operations in the world.
Leaked documents have revealed how some UK banks have helped criminals, money launderers and Russians under sanctions.
American authorities discovered that the Sinaloa cartel moved $881 million through HSBC accounts as bank officials turned a blind eye to the illegality.
The bankers lie and say cryptocurrency is not a real investment. Meanwhile, the smartest CEOs in the world are buying billions and billions of it. The truth is that banks lie about cryptocurrency because it makes them scared. The banks take $9 trillion per year of your hard-earned money, and they are worried that they will finally be exposed. They're scared because crypto means they can no longer control your money, which means they can no longer control you. They are scared because you might actually understand your money and intelligently decide what to do with it. Now is the time for us to come together, fight back, and take control. It's time to educate ourselves, our families, and our communities. Because financial education means financial freedom. We know that cryptocurrencies will help us build the new decentralized financial system of the future. A banking system that is of the people, by the people, and for the people. A banking system where access to finance is a fundamental human right. a banking system that is free and fair and welcomes all humans on this earth. The DeFi revolution is happening. We, the people, can no longer be fooled. We choose to take control of our finances. We choose to take control of our freedom. We choose to take control of our future. Join us, and let's take back our financial freedom forever.